Parlimen kangaroo, Parlimen kangaroo. Parlimen kangaroo.
Kangaroo Parliament. Kangaroo Parliament.
Parlimen kangaroo.
Okay.
Dia baca usul gantung.
Sudah saksikan tadi sekali lagi cara Tan Sri Pendekar sebagai speaker mengendali sidang. Yang penting bagi kita dibuktikan dalam beberapa keterangan termasuk usul Bukit Gulugur ialah supaya beliau mengundurkan diri kerana percanggahan kedudukan itu dalam beberapa contoh termasuk tindakan terhadap pencelaan terhadap Bukit Gulugur. Kerana pencelaan terhadap Bukit Gulugur itu cara langsung pertelagahan dalam mesyuarat di antara Bukit Gulugur dan speaker. Maka oleh demikian tidak wajar untuk dia bawa laporan, dia yang siasat, dia bawa laporan dan dia hukum. Dia enggan mengambil keputusan yang tegas dalam hal ini, jadi kita enggan juga teruskan. Tapi dah bagaimanapun dalam sidang tadi saya bangun untuk meneruskan ucapan, jadi dia kata tak ada orang nak ucap. Jadi sebenarnya saya tengok dia sudah begitu bias. Jadi kita ambil pendirian keluar sebelum pengundian membantah proses ini, tidak ada keadilan dan cara UMNO Barisan Nasional yang begitu ganas dan rakus menjalankan kuasa, memperolokkan proses dan menghina parlimen. Tidak ada faedah kita duduk kekal di situ. Jadi ini pilihan kita setakat ini dan kita dalam Pakatan Rakyat akan bincang apa-apa langkah yang berikut. The central issue is no confidence towards the speaker. The speaker must address the issue. He did not observe the rules and in fact tried to mislead the House by saying that he was just an observer and was not involved in the proceedings of the committee. Now, YB Bukit Gulugur and Subang then produced notes of proceedings where he actually took the initiative and presented a case, section 18.3, whereby the member for Pematampo need not be called. That's number one. Number two, the admonishment against Bukit Gulugur was basically the differences in the exchanges between YB Karpal and Tan Sri Pendekar directly. So you investigate, you then make the recommendations submitted to the House, and then you were the presiding judge. It makes a mockery of the entire process. That is why, a major reason why we cannot proceed. But more important, as YB Nasar said, the entire proceedings, the minister from Padang Rengas was giving instructions, and the final instruction was to use section 44, which means to suspend in name every single member who stood up or who challenged the speaker. It was an instruction by the minister to the speaker and blatant disregard for the decorum that must be respected and adhered to in the House. Kita juga ramai di kalangan kita yang agak lama di Dewan. Ini suatu perkembangan yang cukup tragik, memalukan dan menghina mahkamah. Saya tidak peduli apa yang liputan yang berat sebelah terhadap kita, tetapi saudara, saya siap dengan agreement. Saya siap dengan keterangan apa yang patut saya kemukakan dalam sidang nak membuktikan kenyataan palsu EPCO dan cara UMNO Barisan Nasional memperalatkan EPCO Dan saya dengan itu mempertahankan hujah saya. Saya tidak juga diberi ruang. Saya bangun. Ya, dan ini dalam boleh disaksi dalam kamera. Saya bangun nak berucap. Dia kata, oleh kerana tak ada yang berhormat dari pemakan nak berucap, maka saya minta rembau. Saya bangun lagi, mereka kata oleh kerana tidak ada yang nak berucap, saya undi. You cannot have a speaker you're so clearly and blatantly biased, and making exchanges in a direct battle with the opposition. Ya, kita sebut semalam pure plain arrogance of power, nak guna tyranny of the majority. Tetapi saya ingat ada juga you tak kata silver lining, itu too nice a word, tapi maknanya dubious intention, motif untuk control the house. Maknanya mempunyai majority 2/3. Ini pun Wabi Bukit Belugor sebut semalam. Ini satu niat jahat, cara merampas kuasa parlimen setelah tidak dapat dukungan rakyat, membuat penipuan seperti ini. Sorry.
March, are you going to turn up? I mean, what's the next course of action? When the parliament, today is the last day, you're not given a chance to defend yourself. So March, when it opens, are you going to turn up? I'm just wondering what is
Can we come on March?
What's your course of action?
Of course you can't. I think once the motion is adopted by the House, you can't. I mean, that's a
Do you
reality.
accept or not?
Of course, we don't
You
accept.
don't accept.
We don't accept.
You don't accept the decision today?
No.
Of course, that's the reason we walked out.
Before votes
Before
was
even
taken.
they could, take a decision.
What are you going to do? You're going to sideline you from national politics and everything.
No, I mean, I can still go and
We are ready for
to the constituency visits and to the states. Important that Pakatan had very useful, fruitful meetings in the last few weeks, and we are looking ahead for this major, very important convention this weekend in Penang, and we'll move on. We'll go right to the people. We'll have to explain. We have to work very hard because we have to disseminate sources of information. But this is just additional information I have on an EPCO, but to prove my case. But I was denied. Kata?
So you said your suspension will strengthen your job. Can you tell us again? The suspension, is it going to affect your chances?
No, Wabi Karpa was suspended before, and people were looking the notes in 2004, September, when he was suspended. It did not affect him. In fact, he came up stronger. And similarly, some of us have been suspended in the past. Gobin was. And now we have to move on. Probably we will have to work harder to go back to the people and explain. Now, Wabi Dansa said about institutions of governance, the judiciary, the police, anti-corruption commission. Now the parliament. The only option is to change the system of governance. And that's a major challenge for Pakatan Raya, to present a case that enough is enough. We can no longer afford to and tolerate this complete disregard and respect for the institutions, major institutions, other than the judiciary and now parliament, being insulted.
What has happened would be counterproductive to the Barisan Nation. The manner in which we have been suspended, I think
yang Wabi Kalpa sebut, probably the best option now is to go to the court. Not that we have that much confidence in the process, but at least there is that avenue. There is a precedent in some of the relevant judgments. But I don't see how we can proceed in entertaining the manner the speaker is conducting himself. Unprofessional, blatantly biased, and he has lost moral authority, as I said. And we have given ample evidence. It's not just perception. You always say perception. My decision is final. Here we adduce evidence. You cannot. You are blatantly biased. In fact, when I read the proceedings, I was quite surprised because my personal encounter with him, he was, reasonably fair, quite impartial, and left it to the committee. When I read the proceedings, it was he. You know, under instructions of Moore, and we just proceeded.
So can I add
Yes.
something? We have no doubt that these motions will be passed in a few minutes. The motions to suspend all already passed. Oh, it's already passed.
All of us?
Two kinds.
Shah Alam bangkitkan tu, to be fair, to Shah Alam. Because Shah Alam bangkit tu relevant, nak tunjuk bagaimana tidak konsisten, ya, dalam kes melibatkan menteri, walaupun salahnya fakta yang terang itu dipertahan oleh speaker, dan dalam kes saya, walaupun saya punya fakta untuk memberi bukti, saya dilarang.
How many actually suspended?
No.
And for how long?
Four.
6 months.
The other, for the
The
rest?
others, 44 was it? 44 used? He said he wanted you to use
44 is not
44?
No, he
Was
didn't
it
use.
used?
The 3 plus.
So 6 months.
6 months.
6 months.
Yeah, he wanted to use 44. He said that.
10 days. 10 days. Itu 10 hari dekat 10 days.
Tapi dia tak baca saya.
I don't think so.
Cannot. That cannot.
The two-thirds majority is 2/3 of 222.
Yeah.
That doesn't change. The two-thirds majority is 2/3 of 222.
Yeah.
That doesn't change.
They bulldoze. They can bulldoze because then having, you know, me and Karpal and Azmin and Siva, you know, to them is major written because they cannot respond. They talk about Bumi Putra, Melayu, Aidus, they said Abul Hussein, no reply. You know, Bumi Putra only the select few, UMNO, click. So I mean, they have difficulty in responding, so it's better to get them out. Okay lah, terima kasih banyak. Ini